Hello and welcome to this brief demonstration of the Latte module. Now, in order to access the Latte module, we use RESTful APIs. So these are accessed via the IP address the Latte module is currently running on, and the Latte module listens on port 4567. Generally, if you'd like to look at all the logs that are currently on a particular index, you just simply have to use search/logs, logs being the index that we want to examine, and that will bring up all of the possible logs. Now, as you can see, there's quite a few of these logs, but let's take a look at one to see what's inside. First, we have the source IP address and the destination IP address for these two particular machines. We also have the source port and the destination port, as well as the protocol that was used. In this particular instance, 192.168.2.4 was talking with 192.168.1.12, and we can see that the source port used was 21, so this was an FTP transaction. So we can also examine the message in its entirety, which gives a little bit more information. So once we have identified the packets that we want to examine, we can look a little bit more in depth in other modules. Now, if we want to examine more specifically particular sessions, we can use specific search. That's specific lowercase s, capital S, / the index, and then look for particular values. For example, say we want to examine when the source IP is 192.168.1.12. In this case, you can see for all of these messages, the source IP is .1.12. There's a bunch of ICMP packets, and if we scroll down, we'll eventually probably find some TCP packets as well. Here we are. Now note that for the ICMP packets, there is no source and destination port, as that's not part of the ICMP protocol. So therefore those fields are currently not available for ICMP messages, but for TCP and UDP they are. Now, finally, the last thing that we can do with Latte is we can look for DDoS attacks. This is done through the search function. However, instead of using some arguments, we are going to go to DDoS. This will of course bring up all the possible logs for the previous time frame. However, in the console of the Latte module, we can see that there are too many ICMP messages and there are too many TCP messages. So within the time frame that we are looking at, we exceeded the threshold for ICMP messages and TCP messages. Therefore, we may want to examine these particular ICMP and TCP messages to see if there was possibly a DDoS attack. This is the current functionality of the Latte module, and these alerts can then be pushed to other modules for further analysis.